This video will show you just how easy it is to set up your own version of EmpowerDB to collect the information required for the VOCA quarterly report and a variety of OVW reports. In this video, we'll be focusing on the OVW stop report as an example, but their other reports like SASP, Rural and CCSP are nearly identical. This video would not be applicable to the THA or LAV reports, as these are quite different. I'll also show you how to generate the numbers that will appear in both the VOCA and the OVW reports. At any time, you can jump to the different sections of this video using the chapter markers at the bottom. Alright, let's get started. To set up your free account, simply go to empowerdb.com and click on the Join menu. In this example, we'll be setting up a free account, but you can read more and watch this video about the benefits available on our 2 paid accounts. Here is the list of templates. This is the training video for the templates that combine a standard OVW report with the information on the VOCA reports. If you also have FIPSA funding, you may want to use one of these combined templates instead and watch the training video associated with that template. The rest of this join form should be pretty straightforward and should only take you a couple of minutes. Once you've got this form completed, press Submit and your system will be created in seconds. You just need to click a verification link that will be sent to your email and then log in with the credentials you entered on this form. Once you're all signed in, you'll be taken to the EmpowerDB homepage. If you'd like to add additional users to your account, you can do so by visiting the staff list here and clicking Add New Staff up top. The fields here should be pretty self-explanatory. Remember, you can add as many users as you'd like. There are a few other parts of the system that you can customise to improve how you collect data for your report, but I'll save those until the end of the video. Let's get started looking at how to enter data. On the homepage is this Add Activities module. We find that for many organisations, activities data like services, referrals and groups can be the type of information that gets entered the most. That's why this Add Activities module is right on the homepage to make that as easy as possible. To add individual client activities, we simply select the name of a client already in the system. I'll show you how to add new clients in a moment. Then we make sure that the date field is correct. This will always default to today's date. Next, we set which of the 2 funders this activity is for. The system looks to this funder designation to determine whether a client should appear on your VOCA report or your OVW report. Next, we'll select which of the service types were provided. Again, this list may be slightly different depending on which OVW template you chose. If you provided more than one service in the same session, simply click the plus icon here and select those additional items. One session can have as many service types as you'd like. You can also include some notes about the session if you'd like to. These don't get used for any of the reports, it's just here if it's helpful to you. Click Submit and the activities are added. To enter in groups data, click on the Groups button here. Select the date and the group type, then enter in each of the attendees like this. Again, these notes for the group are optional and don't actually get used for the reports. We can submit this group and the data has been saved. There are a couple of ways to view the activities data that you enter. One handy way is by looking in your activities calendar. This calendar icon will be available on all pages in the system. Here we can see the entries we just made. We can edit these entries, delete them, add new entries on specific dates, or we can switch to view this information in an outline view. So, those are the Add Activities module basics. I do just want to mention that subscribers of our paid plans can have a variety of other activity types, inputs, and other options here. You've just been given what's needed for the VOCA and OVW reports. We'd be happy to talk to you more about what other features can be added here to help you with your work. Now I can show you how to add new clients into the system. From the homepage, we can click Add Client up top. That brings us to this data entry form. You should already be very familiar with these questions and recognise them as relating to the OVW report that you selected, the VOCA report, or both. The questions highlighted in yellow are the more important data points that appear on the reports. You'll still be able to save the record with them blank, but you should still do your best to answer them. The first and last name fields don't get used for the report. They just help you to look up this client again later. Please remember that the information saved on EmpowerDB is encrypted with a key that is only saved on your machines. It is impossible for EmpowerDB staff or our hosting providers to read the names that you enter into the system. As you're entering in the client name, keep an eye on the existing client check on the right. If you enter a client with a similarly spelled name as someone who already exists in the system, you'll receive a notice here. I wanted to be sure to point out this birthday age field as it's a bit unique to EmpowerDB. If you know a client's birthday, the system will always know their age and know what age range category to put them in. If you don't know someone's birthday, you can enter an estimated age. Having this estimated age field be a list of ages allows us to place this client in whatever age range categories end up being needed. It is important to understand this incidents section. It's inside what EmpowerDB calls a point in time. This allows us to enter separate incident entries for each victimization situation this client has disclosed. So, if someone discloses to you that they experienced domestic violence today, then next month discloses different types of abuse experienced in a separate victimization, you can click this Include Additional Incident button here. The incident questions will be repeated, and you can answer the questions about this newly disclosed type of abuse. And there's a similar situation with this protection orders point in time. You can enter a separate entry for every protection order this client received that should appear on the protection orders section of the OVW report. Scrolling further down on this Add New Client form, we see that Add Activities module again. This exists here to let you easily add any activities provided during this client's intake. It behaves exactly like the form I showed you on the homepage. Before we click the Add New Client button at the bottom, keep in mind that this page just includes the questions needed for the VOCA and OVW reports. Subscribers of our multi-use plan can have as many questions as they want to track contact information, case management data, and any other fields that you or your funders require. All right, we're all set with this client. We can click the Add New Client button below. Their record is created and we are taken right to their client page. In the future, we can get back to the client record by clicking on the Lookup box on the top right and entering the client name or ID number that the system assigns. The client's unique ID number can be found underneath their name in the client record view. From this page, we can change any of the information we already entered for the client. We can also add in some new activities. Again, this is the same form as appears on the homepage. And we can also view their activities outline to get a summary of the sessions that have been recorded for this client by all users in the organisation. Subscribers of our multi-use plan can finally control which users are able to see which activities entries. And that's really all there is to collecting the data that you need. Now, let's take a look at the automated reporting tool to see just how easy it is to turn all of that data into the numbers required for the VOCA and OVW reports. Let's start with VOCA. To access the VOCA report, click on the Reports link on the homepage, then click on the VOCA Quarterly Report. Select the quarter you want to run the report for and click Continue. At the top, we see a list of all the clients the report has determined are new or ongoing. The report does know to treat everyone as new again in the new fiscal year. If a client is missing some important information, their row will be highlighted in yellow. You can click on their record to enter in any data that is missing. And now when you scroll down, these are the report results. Everything is formatted to look just how it looks on the VOCA report from OVC. Each number can be clicked on to get a look at which clients or activities make up that number. That way you can be fully confident in the accuracy of what you're seeing. Once you confirm that everything is correct, you can transcribe the numbers you see into the OVC webpage or the format that your state has given you. Now let's look at the OVW report. From the homepage, click on Reports. Then click on the OVW Report link. Enter the date range you want to run the report for and click Continue. At the top, we see a quick explanation of how the system is determining which clients qualify for this report, as well as some other key distinguishing factors that come up for this report. When we scroll down, we see the report results. Everything is built to look just like it does on Section D of your OVW report. Again, please remember that this video shows the OVW Stop report. If you've chosen one of the other standard OVW reports, your report page will look slightly different. And just like all our funder reports, each number can be clicked on to get a look at which clients or activities make up that number. Once you confirm that everything you see is correct, you can transcribe the numbers you see into the format that OVW or your local funder provides you. Pretty cool, right? With just one simple database, you're able to get exactly the information needed for both of your federal funders. All right, for many of you, that's all you need to know, so please feel free to stop the video here. But in case you're interested, there are also a couple of ways that even users of our free service can customize their system. You are able to customize the list of services, referrals, and groups that appear in the Add Activities module. From the homepage, go to Database Administration, select one of the 3 activity types here you'd like to modify, and select the option to add a new type on the top right. For example, let's say you want to be able to record in greater detail what kind of victim-survivor advocacy you provided to a client. You can enter each as its own service type and have that mapped to the correct service type for your 2 funders. For each service type, try to select both an OVW and a VOCA conversion. Remember that a single service entry will only ever count on one of the reports, depending on which funder was selected. You might also want to do this for your groups list. If you hold a variety of different support groups, you can make one for each and just make sure they're all selected as qualifying for both OVW and VOCA. So, those are all the customizations that are available to users of our free service. If you subscribe to one of our paid plans, we'd be delighted to help you make any other customizations that you like to how this report generates your numbers. We have over a decade of experience working with both VOCA and OVW funded organisations of all sizes across the country. So believe me when I say that we've been asked to do it all when it comes to how this report generates your numbers. There is additional information in our documentation section available on the homepage. For example, you might be interested in this article on how to delete or merge clients. You can also contact us via the support section here, but please remember that subscribers of our free plan will only be able to let us know about any errors that they might be experiencing, or reach out to us about upgrading to one of our other plans. I hope this video has been helpful to you and that you're as excited as we are to be able to provide this functionality for free to VOCA and OVW funded organisations across the country. If you're interested in upgrading to our multi-use plan, we'd also be delighted to help you build a system that efficiently tracks all of the other data that your organisation collects. One that meets all of your other reporting needs with our advanced reporting tools, that uploads files to client records, collects data directly from clients or volunteers via off-site forms, and literally so much more. So please feel free to reach out to us if you'd like any further information on how we can help you with any of that. Thank you and take care.